Todd, this meal has been exquisite, wouldn't you agree?
My taste buds have been sounding a motherfucking symphony.
I mean, the decor is a bit dingy, but at least the food is excellent. No, Todd, we've been wined and dined with the finest in fast food and limited edition Oreos. What's the name of this fucking place?
Grab my phone and take a look. Nerd Bourbon Eats.
Hello and welcome to the inaugural episode of Nerd Bourbon Eats. Todd, I'm excited.
I don't know, but I'm not really excited. No, I'm just playing.
Man, we've been trying to do this show for how fucking long?
Shit. I think we first started talking about this easily. I'm gonna say easily 2 months ago.
Yeah, you actually. So here's. So I guess what I'll do is I'll kind of introduce what the show is. So Nerd Bourbon Eats is a food review show, essentially. We Todd and I are both fine purveyors of limited edition foods. we enjoy going to our favorite fast food restaurants and sampling their wares. This is basically going to be a snack, food, drink kind of fat boy review show.
That's a good way of putting it.
Our episodes in which we talk about food seem to be pretty popular, so it kind of made sense to do an entire show about food, basically. And like everything else, this is going to be kind of a sporadically updated show, but we hope you guys dig it. Basically, the general structure of the show is going to be every episode we're going to bring a handful of limited edition stuff. It may not be super new. The shit might not even be available still, but they'll be relatively recent stuff that we can sit here and talk about that we've tried. Maybe one of us has tried it. Maybe both of us have tried it. But we're going to review these food products. And another thing we're going to do is every episode we're going to bring a classic review. So we're going to talk about a favorite of the past. And review that as well. With that, I think this is actually primarily your idea, wasn't it? I think you approached me about this.
Yes. So it was actually something. It was actually more from. I was talking to my dad actually. He's like, I feel like the original name for this, that he was he threw out there was something apps or some shit, like appetizers or
right.
some crap. Nerd Bourbon Eats is better. And I was like, shit, that is a good idea. I stole that from him.
Well, shout outs to your dad, my uncle, for the idea, because it's a good idea, and so we're gonna have fun. We've been looking forward to doing this show. It's been kind of like a slow burn getting here, but now that we're finally here, I'm pretty excited to dive into it. So what we have to start out with today. So I think we have a smattering of fat boy content prepared for you.
By the way, I respect your wording there. What we have here today.
Like I'm fucking setting it on the table.
Yeah, so I was like, I respect it.
Let's christen. Let's baptize this show with a limited time product that you and I have both thoroughly been enjoying. The new chocolate hazelnut Oreos.
Arguably my favorite Oreo.
Oh, of all time?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
Listen, they're really, really good. I like them a lot. They're and I think we both actually talked about this when we first tried them. So smart of them to go for the golden Oreo. Mm-hmm. It would not have worked if it was just chocolate on chocolate, you know?
Oh, God, no. I don't think I would have liked it at all if it actually had the chocolate Oreo. Yeah.
I mean, you and I both kind of tend to try the limited edition Oreos. I am a Whoreo for limited edition Oreo. So we tend to pick them up and try them out. But there not many of them. I think that's originally what intrigued me, because you and I are not both huge Nutella fans.
That's some real shit right there. I definitely do not go out of my way for Nutella. I've never been a big fan of it.
No.
I think for me, I feel like it was overly hyped for me.
Right.
Because when Nutella first came out, everybody's like, ooh, it's God's gift to this earth. And I finally tried it, and I'm like, it's all right.
Yeah, like people were fucking obsessed with it like a few years ago. I mean, they were like addicted to it, putting it on toast and shit like that. And I'm like, it's pretty good, I guess. Like I like chocolate and I like hazelnut, but I'm not gonna like put it on my fucking toast. You know, people were obsessed with this shit. But these Oreos, I mean, I think that's what intrigued me about it originally was the fact that it was on the golden cookie. I mean, I think that really is what makes this cookie is the fact that it is not on a chocolate cookie. I mean, extremely smart. And really, when you think about it, there aren't that many Oreos that are on the golden cookie. I mean...
Yeah. You know what's actually funny is the other Oreo that I genuinely like is actually on the golden cookie. It's the lemon. I love the lemon Oreo.
Yeah. Oh, I love the lemon one too. Yeah, so my favorite Oreo of all time is the birthday cake Oreo on the golden cookie. Oh my god, that is just like fucking. That cookie is sinful. Like, that's one of those that I can like I don't. I'm normally not like a cookie fiend or whatever, except for when it comes to Oreos. If you place a fucking birthday cake Oreo box in front of me, that box is not like I eat it all in one fucking sitting. Like that's just the way it's gonna be.
That would have been a thing with the chocolate hazelnut Oreos.
If you didn't have to share them.
Yes, they were taken from me.
I would just sit there with the chocolate hazelnut Oreos. I would just sit there and just crush like a sleeve of them. I would try to make them last, but I would just crush a sleeve of them every time I do.
Like they're addictive, dude. Like
yeah,
it's honestly like the best vessel I've ever had for Nutella in my life.
It really is. I think that golden cookie is really important. And your dad actually pointed this out. It seems like they're a little bit more stuffed than the normal. It's a little bit more than a double stuffed. It's like a a double stuffed and a half or something like that. And I just think it's like I really respect it. It's like a really well engineered cookie. Kind of branching off of that, I don't know if you've had these yet. Have you had the Red Hot Valentine's Day cinnamon Oreos yet?
I've seen them in the store, but I haven't tried them yet. You have.
Yes. So I bought a box of these just out of morbid curiosity because it sounds fucking disgusting, right? Because, I'm looking at the package and I'm just like, this just doesn't even like look or sound good. Like cinnamon, chocolate kind of deal. Here's the deal with these. So it's on a chocolate cookie, red cream that has a cinnamon flavor. I'm going to be honest, when I first opened it, when I first accepted the bouquet into my nostrils, I was really nervous. I was like, man, this is like a really strong cinnamon flavor. Like, I feel like I'm about to eat a fucking candle. You know what I mean? But no, it's actually surprisingly muted when you actually eat it. Like, the cinnamon flavor is still there, but it's
a little more subtle.
It's way more subtle than I expected it to be going off of the smell. Like, it smells strong, it tastes subtle. If that makes any sense at all.
No, that makes sense. I've had food like that.
Yeah, and I mean, it kind of complements the chocolate well because it sort of ends up tasting like... It sort of ends up tasting like a shitty cinnamon hot chocolate. Which I'm okay with. I don't necessarily think I would ever get them again. But I was actually surprised that they weren't as horrible as I thought they would be. And that's really all there is to say about it. They aren't remarkable. If you see them on the shelf and you, like me, are just morbidly curious and you kind of like a Red Hots / cinnamons kind of flavor, you can go ahead and grab it and try it. But I don't think they're anything remarkable. I don't think they need to come back. You have had the new Burger King Farmhouse King. It's not really new anymore. It's like a month old. But
well, I can also kind of add into how I feel about the double quarter pounder King as well.
Yeah. Give us some of that Burger King love.
All right. So I'll start off with the Farmhouse King. So if you guys didn't know, the Farmhouse King was basically another King variation of like Whopper sandwiches that they've been doing. The Bacon King, the Barbecue Bacon King, which is love. I don't even know if you can get it anymore. But
what? Don't tell me that.
It's not on the menu. You might be able to just ask for it.
Oh no. Oh, but, Todd.
I'm sorry for ruining this for you.
Is the regular Bacon King still available?
I think the Bacon King still is. I don't see why you couldn't just ask for barbecue. So,
Bro, I'm gonna tell you right now, dude. If I can't go to Burger King and get at least a normal Bacon King, I'm gonna fucking riot.
Hey boy, now you know our pain.
We'll get into that later.
But
Anyway, go ahead.
So the Farmhouse King was honestly really, really good. It's a little too much. I'll get into why that is, but it is I think it's a double. Is it a double? I think it was a double.
Normally they are, yeah.
Yeah, so it was a double. I think it has bacon, a special sauce, like crispy onion, like petals basically, and then the best part is it actually has an egg on it.
Now, is this just a fried egg?
Yes.
Okay. So do you actually get some yolk?
That's my only downfall of this thing. I would preferred if there was a little more like yolk to it, like more like juices like flowing out of the burger or something.
Right.
But it is basically like it's kind of like, you just imagine like a typical like Burger King breakfast egg, and it's just a solid piece. You know what I mean? And
so it's like
it's not bad.
So it's like an egg patty sort of deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, I would have preferred an actual, like, because that's how I do that shit all the time, and like I'll sit there and like bust an egg over something. I love it.
Oh yeah, dude.
But should I do that over ramen?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hell yeah. Classic.
But other than that, it's a really solid burger. But like, I remember when I was eating it, I was like, oh my god, like it was actually hard to get through one of them. Because that's just how much food is there.
See, that was my concern. Like, when we first saw the ads for that, I was, like, intrigued. But I'm like, this is going to be too fucking rich.
Bro, it definitely is. I'm sitting there. I'm like, I got through it. But I was like, it was one of those things like, you know, I'm Todd Big Smoke Sturgill. So, you know, when I go out to eat,
right,
my ass goes a little, give me a, you know, Farmhouse King,
give me
20
three
nuggets.
number. Yeah.
Yes. So I'm gonna be real. I didn't eat any of my nuggets after this shit. So
wow.
I was like, this shit too much.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But I will say this. So I actually recently went because the double quarter pounder king.
Right.
Now, I've always been more of a Burger King guy.
Hang on. Pump the brakes real quick. Are they straight up just calling it a double quarter pounder king?
God bless. Yes.
They don't even give a fuck.
They don't give a shit.
That's hilarious. Okay, continue.
So yeah. So for McDonald's, I actually get the double quarter pounder.
Right.
Which is my go-to.
It's a classic. I mean,
we'll
it's just that classic, you know, McDonald's order.
I prefer it in the Burger King variant.
Is it just because you prefer, like, the burger, like the actual meat? It
is because I prefer the Burger King burger.
Okay.
And it's just like, I mean, I doubt they're gonna keep that around because this is another like kind of it really is just kind of like a throwaway. They're like, you know what, let's come up with a new burger.
Yeah, they don't give a shit. They don't give a shit. They're just going after McDonald's like crazy. I love it.
I don't know. I'm a Burger King man. Like, fuck McDonald's.
So let me ask you this. So ingredients wise, is it exactly the same as the double quarter pounder?
No, it actually. So the one thing I think it does differently is the thing with the double quarter pounder is it's basically just fucking meat and cheese.
It's like meat, cheese, I think, onion, and maybe ketchup.
That's what I'm saying. So like with the double quarter pounder king, you actually have some pickles on it. Which I do respect. I love a good pickle.
I'll give you a good pickle in a minute.
That's why I was laughing at that when I said it. I was like, ooh, that's not a good way to say it, but fuck it. But it's like just the addition of the pickle actually is that makes it, you know, gives it a little more texture, gives it a little more taste.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's probably another reason why I like it, because there's a little more to it, you know. So, and also you get the Burger King sesame seed bun.
I do enjoy a good sesame seed bun. Doesn't the McDonald's quarter pounder come on that too, though?
No, but does it?
I think it does.
No. Does it?
I'm pretty sure it does. I don't know. I could be wrong.
I could be wrong too. I don't know.
I think they're like bigger burgers come on this, like Big Mac and quarter pounders come on sesame seed bun.
Yeah, you might be right. You might be right.
But so ingredients wise, like, does it come with any other veggies, or is it just kind of like meat, cheese, onion, pickle?
Onion and pickle. That's really it. It's just pure. It's a pure meat experience, other than like the pickle and onion.
I'll give you a pure meat experience. That's probably a good segue into something that I have tried, but you have not tried yet. They're actually fairly new. I tried these a few weeks ago. So for a little bit of context, my fiance is a restaurant general manager of a Taco Bell near us. And she has been for 5 or 6 years now. And so whenever they get a new product, I am in an advantageous position because I get the opportunity to try them basically as soon as they start receiving the product, because they need a little bit of like a buffer time to where they can actually practice making it, because Taco Bell, a lot of people don't realize, Taco Bell doesn't just like leave shit under a warmer. Like if you're going to a Taco Bell, it's all made to order,
Mm-hmm.
So they need like a few weeks to actually kind of practice making these items and getting good at it, because everything's made to order and stuff like that. And to try it, so that they can tell customers if it's any good or not, So anyway, whenever there's a new kind of limited edition Taco Bell thing, I generally get the opportunity to try it a week, 2 weeks in advance. And the new Taco Bell nacho fries were no different. So let me tell you about these fries. The reason that I say that talking about Burger King was a good segue into this is because these are basically Burger King fries.
And I love Burger King fries, so that's another, that's a win.
It's almost like, if to the point where if you had told me that like they literally were Burger King fries, I would not be shocked. Like, they are almost indistinguishable texture-wise. Like,
one thing that I do know is there is like some seasoning on it. How's
there
the
is
seasoning?
So there is. I was gonna get to that. So the seasoning is like a very faint. They say it's like I think they are purporting that it's the same seasoning they use for their taco meat or whatever. It's not.
Okay.
It is there, but it's pretty light. I'll be real. It's not like overpowering. It's enough to where you notice it, but like
Okay.
in terms of like because the kind of Burger King has like a very unique kind of texture on the outside of their fry. They're kind of a thicker fry,
Yeah.
These are literally that. Like, imagine literally Burger King's fries, but with like a little extra like seasoning on them, and they're served, I think, with a little thing of cheese, because they're called nacho fries. You're meant to like dip them. They're only $1. These, like everything at Taco Bell, they're extremely good value, and you can actually get them like in a chili cheese kind of variant, like with cheese and taco meat basically on them.
Oh, I've seen it, and that's the way I'm gonna get it when I do try them.
It's good. It's good, man. Like I'm actually and a little, I guess, insider insight here. Evidently, Anastasia, my fiance, is suspecting that these are going to be permanent menu items.
Really?
Because an entirely new section of the line was created and installed just for these fries.
Oh.
Taco Bell's notorious about having like a limited time item for like a week and then getting rid of it. But she thinks that because they're actually spending so much effort and money into installing these new line items, that this one's probably going to stick around for a while. So
Shit.
So yeah, next time you go to Taco Bell, get you some fries with that.
You're gonna get her fired.
No, this is all totally legal.
Talking shit.
Let's talk one last thing before we get into our classic review of the show. I want to talk about the Great Tender War.
I love that this is the way you've been like talking about it. You're like, the Great Tender War of 2017. I'm like,
The Great Tender War of 2017. So maybe I'm the only one that gives a fuck about this. I really enjoy chicken tenders, and
oh no, I love a good chicken tender, but like, go on.
more than that though, I love a good sauce.
Oh, I got some good sauce for you.
Jesus, this is a really homoerotically charged episode. Wendy's and McDonald's had competing strategies for the chicken tender game. McDonald's introduced the buttermilk chicken tenders, which I believe are actually still around, no?
Are they?
I thought I saw them on the
McDonald's
menu last time I went.
I haven't been to McDonald's in a while, but those are fucking good. I did try those.
And so Wendy's kind of hit back with their own sort of, I think they were called maybe the like home style chicken tenders or something like that. The interesting thing is that they both also had a complimentary sauce which McDonald's I think called it just signature sauce, and Wendy's called it Sawsome sauce. Now, you've had the McDonald's version, but not the Wendy's version, right?
Yeah, I have tried, the signature sauce and the butter chicken tenders.
How do you feel about them?
I like both. I actually prefer the signature sauce. It's just with the standard McDonald's nugget.
Mm-hmm.
But the tenders, I can just eat the tenders like without even sauce, without any sauce on some real shit. They're good.
How do you feel about the signature sauce in general, though? Like, I mean, you've said you like it, obviously, but like...
Yeah, I like it, but it's just like, I wouldn't go out of my way for it. Like,
right.
I've always been more of like a honey mustard, sweet and sour guy.
Okay.
So how I've always been.
Okay. I feel like, here's my take on the great tender war of 2017.
God damn it.
So McDonald's has the better tender, and I don't think there's even a question about it. Like... The chicken tender, the buttermilk chicken tenders from McDonald's were bigger. You got more bang for your buck. They were more well seasoned because you buy the chicken tenders from Wendy's and they're like these scrawny little pieces of shit, you know. And however, the Wendy's Sawsome sauce, which is basically the other take on the same idea, was way better than McDonald's. Like. In my opinion, because here's the thing. McDonald's signature sauce, it was good. It's kind of a typical, like, orange sauce. You can kind of see there's, like, some black pepper in there a little bit, some spices and stuff like that.
There's, like, there's chunks in the signature sauce.
Yeah, like, you can tell there's, like, shit floating around in there, right?
That's actually one of the main reasons I'm like, kind of not that huge of a fan of it, because I don't like the fact that there's chunks in the sauce.
I think the sauce is just, like, it's, like, mayonnaise, a little bit of ketchup, and some spices. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, that's honestly probably what it is.
However, and it's good, right? Like, the signature sauce from McDonald's is fine. It's really muted, though. Like, in terms of the actual spices, it's pretty, like, in my opinion, it's almost a little bland. Like, especially in comparison to Wendy's Sawsome sauce, which has a little bit of kick to it. So, like, imagine this. So, McDonald's being, like, a mayonnaise ketchup kind of base, I feel like Wendy's is a mayonnaise barbecue sauce kind of thing.
Okay.
Because it has a little bit of like a kick at the end of it that I appreciate. So what I would literally do when these things were still current and alive and well, I would literally go to Wendy's, just even if we were just eating burgers or whatever, and I would just ask for a bunch of the Sawsome sauce. And then next time I would have McDonald's, I would get the buttermilk chicken tenders and use Wendy's sauce because it was that good. I don't know if there's much more to say about it other than that. I mean, who wins the great chicken tender war, Todd? I don't think anybody truly wins.
It was a draw.
I think that they fought long and hard and nobody was left standing. Especially if both places have discontinued the items. I'm pretty sure Wendy's has at least. So, and the only people that lose are the fans. With that though, let's wrap this up with our classic review of the episode. Todd, you want to introduce this? I know you're looking forward to this.
You ain't ready. No one's ready. So what I'm bringing to the table here.
Place it in front of me. Gently.
This is without a doubt my favorite fast food burger of all time to this day. The Angry Whopper.
Let me ask you this. Angry Whopper versus Angriest Whopper.
Now, let me tell you. Well, I'll get to that.
Okay.
I'll get to the return.
So, walk us through the arc of the Angry Whopper's journey.
Shit, you know a little bit about it yourself.
I do.
So, I remember when I first heard about the Angry Whopper. And here's the thing. One thing, if you haven't realized this about me, I'm a spice fiend.
Yes.
I've calmed down in my old age, but still there, and I love it. So, like, when I saw a burger that has anything with jalapenos on it, I'm down for it.
Right.
So, if I remember correctly, the Angry Whopper is virtually has standard Whopper ingredients for the most part, except it's pepper jack cheese. They add, I think it's straight up onion rings, or like onion like petals.
Yes.
And then the jalapenos. Without a doubt, So damn good. Ate that shit for like, I think I went to Burger King almost like at least once a week, maybe a couple times a week when that thing was out, because I loved it so much. And I think you can speak to this as well when the final time I got there, and I looked on the menu and it was gone. I'll be dead ass with you. I shed a tear.
Did you really?
I did. I'll give a shit.
So that damn thing. So I have the official ingredients list of the Angry Whopper here. So
beautiful.
It is grilled meat, manchego cheese. I don't even know what the fuck that is. Crispy onions, crispy bacon, fresh lettuce.
It did have bacon on it. It did.
It did. Fresh lettuce. It looks like mayonnaise and ketchup. Tomatoes and jalapeno.
Yep.
So
I forgot about the bacon. The bacon was good. So yeah, but you could actually speak to the arc of this, because I think you had to deal with some tears.
I did. Like you, and you know this, Anastasia, my fiance, is another spice fiend.
My kindred spirit of spice.
Yes, she has calmed down, like you were saying, but she's a big spice fiend too. And the Angry Whopper was actually the only. She doesn't like Burger King, but the Angry Whopper, like, she would fuck with that, and it was to the point where I was kind of enjoying it. I was like, shit. Like, this means I can have Burger King, you know? Because I love Burger King, but I hardly ever get to eat it because she doesn't like it. And it's kind of like an ordeal. Like, if I want Burger King, it's like, okay, well, you're getting Burger King and I'm getting Subway. And it's like a fucking, like, hour-long ordeal just to get food. You know what I mean? So, anyway. Yeah, she loved it. And I loved it because it meant that I get to have Burger King. I never actually ate it myself because I don't really like jalapenos. But yeah, she was obsessed with it, and like you, yeah, she literally like cried when it was gone. We went up there to eat, and she orders it, and just like, "Ma'am, we don't have the Angry Whopper anymore." And she's like, "Excuse me?"
It's like getting shot in the heart.
It's the same. It was the identical reaction to when Wendy's killed the spicy nuggets.
Bro, that's some real shit. Here's the deal: fuck Wendy's standard nuggets. How fucking dare you? All right.
When I went up to that drive-thru window and I ordered spicy nuggets and they told me I couldn't have my spicy nuggets, I literally asked the person over the drive-thru window, and I'm not normally like this. I literally asked her if she was kidding. I was like,
that's some real shit.
I was like, really? Like, are you joking?
Because this is my deal. We're going on a tangent. I don't care. Fuck the standard Wendy's nuggets. They're not good.
No, they suck. But the spicy nuggets were great.
Exactly.
I'm like, what the fuck? You telling me I can't have my spicy nuggets? So yeah, identical reaction when she couldn't have her Angry Whopper, but a long time later, there was the return.
God. You don't like. I think you honestly would have been laughing if you saw this my initial reaction to the return. I'm legit like in the theaters with my family, and they're having a fucking ad like in like the previews for it. And I don't remember what movie it was, but all of a sudden I'm just like, it's just this like it's just like idiotic like ad for like, I remember it's like in a volcano or some shit. They're like climbing up a volcano, and it's just like the return, and it's just like the angriest Whopper, and I'm just like, oh my god.
I think at that
Tears
point,
of shed, actually.
I think at that point you immediately pulled out your phone.
I immediately texted you. I was like, let her know. It's back.
I was just like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, when you get a fucking, like, text that's just like, let her know, I'm like, what? You know? Like, what are you talking about? And he's like, the Angry Whopper. It's returned.
It's back.
Your fucking, like, Lord and Savior. And I think I like, looked over, I'm like, oh, apparently the Angry Whopper's coming back. And she's like, oh, God, yes.
Exactly.
Now, was this? Did it return as the angriest Whopper?
Yeah, return as the angriest Whopper, and the deal with it is the only like addition is I don't know why Burger King was doing this. Like they were really into doing like these flavored fucking buns.
Right, it was like a red bun, right?
Yeah, it was a red bun. It was like infused with like hot sauce or some shit.
I mean, was it though? Like, was it any good?
I'll be real. I honestly ate that shit so quick that I really didn't notice it.
Yeah, that's what Anastasia said. I asked her. She was like, I don't tell a difference at all. You know.
But that's the thing. I'm like, that's my thing. Is like, it was just an Angry Whopper with like a red bun. I didn't really taste like the whole infusement of like hot sauce into the bun.
Which I mean, hey, like it's still an Angry Whopper.
Exactly. Like honestly, if they ever brought it back again, I'd shit Burger King every day for a week.
I don't understand because they're aware that these are like popular items. You know what I mean? And I understand the like, I understand the ideology behind limited time food items because like it kind of creates a rarity. You know, it's like the McRib. Like people like freak out when the McRib comes back, and that's something that I'll probably touch on a further episode.
I'll respect that. Yeah,
but that it does create like a little bit of rarity where you look forward to it and stuff like that, and it drives sales. But I'm a little bit like with the Angry Whopper. I know so many people that love the Angry Whopper. I'm a little bit surprised that it was not made just a standard menu item. There are a few items like that we'll touch on in further classic reviews, in further episodes. But yeah, do you have anything else to say about it before we wrap it up?
I think that's about it.
Cool. Well, I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty satisfied with this first meal, this first helping of Nerd Bourbon Eats.
Damn, I love your wording. I hate you.
I love you too. No, I'm just kidding.
Just to add the more homoerotic.
Oh, fuck it. Let's just wrap this up with some more gay shit. Anyways. Thanks for listening, you guys. I hope you enjoyed the first helping of Nerd Bourbon Eats. Come back for seconds. Get fucking dunked on. Bye.
See ya.